Hi, this is Matthew. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, but you've clicked on it and you know how long it is. Ben Shapiro, someone I follow on YouTube, did a rap video with a guy called Tom MacDonald. And it was a really good rap video, and it got me on to listening to Tom MacDonald. And there's actual videos on YouTube, responses, reaction videos to the song Facts that Ben Shapiro did. Rather than doing one of them, I thought I'd do a reaction video and describe some things, some Christian things about one of Tom MacDonald's songs that I just watched called Brainwashed. And so we're going to play the song, and we're going to I'm going to react. I'm not sure how long, like I said, the video is going to be. But if you clicked on it, I encourage you to listen to this video to the end. I've written 121 Christian books and self-published them, and spent $160,000 self-published them. So I've got a little knowledge of the Bible, but I haven't got a lot of social justice sort of knowledge, but I'm going to comment on the video as often as I can. This feels great. We're distracted by vaccines and TV shows. Half the nation is asleep, but they scream woke. The world has really gone crazy with this wokeness, and his lyrics are so fast it's hard to hear them all. Black lives. Which lives mean most? Black lives matter. What lives matter most? You know, that whole incident was set up, and that guy dying on the street with his knee. I've watched things about it, and you know, he was on drugs, and he was almost overdosing, and the whole of Black Lives Matter came out of that, and it was a terrible thing. And like they talk about the January 7th or January whatever thing that storming the Capitol, but that was nothing compared to the riots of Black Lives Matter. They don't remember how soldiers, the men and women who died young. One day they'll remember the soldiers, the fallen men and women that died young. I met a homeless guy one time, and he was an American veteran, and he had a pension from America. He was living in Australia, and I put him up in my spare bedroom in my house for a year, and he said that 50% of the homeless in the United States are veterans, because they don't get enough in their pension to pay the rent of a normal normal apartment. So that, I thought that was disgusting, that that the people who went and fought and died and put their lives on the line for America are actually homeless on the streets. If you come out the closet as Caitlyn Jenner, you're a hero and you get a whole. If you come out of the closet like Kate Jenner, you become a hero. But all the men and women that fought and died get neglected, like the veterans. But if you come forth as a gay person, you become a hero. The most dangerous pandemic propaganda from these clowns. The most dangerous pandemic is propaganda from these clowns. That is so true. The whole world is brainwashed, and it's been taken by this new woke agenda, and before that was the feminist agenda, and there's just all these agendas to divide. Don't speak. We don't need to defund police, need to defund the media who lies through it. We don't need to defund the police. We need to defund the media that brainwash us. It's just a total crazy idea just because one black man died to defund the police and not pay for police forces. It's just a crazy idea. We need to defund the media. We need to stop supporting the media who spread their lies.
Like, big pharma doesn't cure you, dog, because every patient that gets cured is a customer locked, and
big pharma, like the medical companies that design drugs, don't cure anyone, because if they cured you, then they've lost a customer. So drugs aren't there to cure you, but they're there for you to continually order and treat your symptoms. So naturopaths and people who work with natural medicine can use plants and use inexpensive things to cure diseases, but we use big pharma.
the world's only wars to get fought are with the countries who have natural resources they want. Heard him, Payne.
So the wars get fought in this world around natural resources. Americans and English people try and do deals with countries to get their oil and get their natural resources. And if the leaders of those countries don't bend, they create a civil war. They create a war in that country and send men in to fight and die to take over the resources. And that's what you'll find. The war in Afghanistan and the war in Vietnam and the war in Iraq was all over resources.
Man raises hand and likes rap, he's appropriating culture.
If a white man raises his head and talks out and speaks out and does rap, it's not accepted.
He's too white, he's white trash, he's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a monster.
So if a white man speaks out, he's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a monster. But it's apparently a really bad thing being a white Caucasian.
The conversation. Not every liberal is dumb, not all Republicans.
Not every liberal is dumb. They want to try and divide us. So you may be conservative or Republican, but that doesn't mean everyone who votes Democrat is dumb.
It's just the government.
And not every Republican is a racist.
Everybody fighting with their neighbors because they know that if we get along, we'll probably go against them.
So the media's got everyone fighting with their neighbors because they know if we all unite and get along, that we'll probably go against them and the system. And the system and the elite have got, so many of us are divided and fighting over situations and ideas. And we're so busy fighting, they've divided and conquered us. So he's saying they can't stop us because we're ready to fight. It's amazing. I'm not a person who follows rap, but watching the film clip of this, I can understand nearly every word, and he sounds like he's more powerful than Trump. He's spilling so much truth. And I think it's amazing. We live in a really sad and depressing world, and it's just people are getting so scared just to open their mouth about biblical things. So they're trying to brainwash us, but we won't let freedom die. And I really wish everyone in the world could hear this guy's songs because there's so much truth in it. Of course, 50% of the world would be against these songs, and they don't like to hear truth. But it would be good if this guy was larger. It was a good thing that Ben Shapiro did a video with him, and it went #1 on iTunes. It really blew this guy up. This guy was well known before the Ben Shapiro song, but I didn't know him, and this video wouldn't exist if I didn't hear of the song yesterday. So that's the truth of the matter. This is the chorus of his song, but the whole world is brainwashed. So many people in the world believe the 2020 election was stolen. The Democrats believe that Biden won. The world believes that Biden is healthy enough to lead a country when he's tripping over steps on an aeroplane and can't even climb up. He can't even work out which side of the stage to leave when he's been speaking. And it's amazing that America allows such an incompetent fool to be in charge. But it just proves that Biden is a puppet, and the world has elites that pull the strings and run things, but the whole world doesn't realize that. They allow an incompetent man to be a president, and it's so true. The whole world is brainwashed.
How did monkeys become people and people turned it?
How did monkeys become men?
They put fluoride in the water that's keeping us all asleep.
They put fluoride in the water that keeps us all asleep. So there's many companies putting pesticides and putting fluoride in water, and there's so many manufacturing of our food that's poisoning us. It's amazing. And if you talk about things like that, you're called a conspiracy theorist.
The belief is they've been selling a cigarette since we was 18. Fake news, fake woke, distract and divide. You're either right or you're left, or you're black or you're white. Big
So fake news separates us. You're either black or white, or all the different ways. You're straight or you're gay, or you're Democrat or Republican. There's so many different ways they divide us.
It's the phone inside your pocket is the tracking device, and I don't.
They don't need a microchip in your brain to control you. You've got a microchip in your phone, and it's tracking you. So they're already tracking you.
For Joe Biden looking like he ate 100 Xanax, but then
yeah, so Joe Biden's looking like he ate 100 pills for dinner, and they just allow it.
The president kicking him off Twitter is a bigger threat to freedom than foreign ballistic missiles.
So when they get a president and kick him off Twitter, that's a bigger foreign threat than ballistic missiles. So he's saying, what right has social media company got to kick the very president of the country off it? For a while, YouTube and Facebook got really against Republicans and the right-wing view, and it's such a breath of fresh air. It's such a answer to prayer that Elon Musk bought Twitter.
The police are the government, but you want people giving up their right to own a firearm. Would you be comfortable if police and the government the only people on the planet with the right to buy a gun?
So why would you be happy if the only people that could have a weapon are police and army people? Would you feel comfortable? Why do you feel comfortable giving up your guns? Why do you feel comfortable with the policies of getting rid of firearms? If you can't trust the police and the army, how are you going to trust them when they're the only ones with guns?
Presidents getting amplified to reinforce division. It convinces white people that they're favored by their skin, and black people getting angry because they're told they're treated different. So the conflict is between us and never with the system. That's just how
So they've got white people and black people fighting. Black people are angry at white, and black people can be extremely racist with their views about white culture, and whites can be racist against blacks, and they've got us fighting, and they talk about racism all the time, and they blow up the subject all the time, then actually make the racism worse.
Not every liberal is dumb. Not all Republicans are racist.
Not every liberal, not every Democrat is dumb. Not every Republican is racist.
Government wants everybody fighting with their neighbors because they know that if we
The government wants everyone fighting with their neighbors.
we'll probably go against them.
They know if we unite, we'll probably go against them. I've found, as I've written 121 Christian books, that very few Christians actually are aware of what Jesus taught in his parables and his 50 commandments. I found that a lot of religions practice religion. They go to church, sing a few songs, and listen to a sermon and have tea and biscuits, but they don't really know Christ. They don't demonstrate the character of Christ. They don't know what Christ taught. And even the church, who are meant to have the answers, are very religious and judgmental and not very loving. And they're meant to be the light on the hill, but they've ceased shining the light. So he's saying they can't stop us because we're ready to fight. But I really wish Ben Shapiro's message and this guy's message really align. I wish more people were sounding the alarm and speaking truth. It's just so many people are afraid to speak the truth because they don't want to be cancelled, or they don't want to be blocked off YouTube, or they don't want to lose their Facebook account. And so many people have been cancelled so far that people are just afraid of speaking.
Step one, train the people only to consume. Step two.
Step one, train the people only to consume. This is how they've taken society.
Trade adults with the news. Step three.
Step two, trade adults with the children, I think.
Indoctrinate the children through the schools and the music.
Step three, indoctrinate the children through the schools.
From the phones that they use. Step four, separate the right from the left. Step five.
Step four, separate the right from the left.
Separate the white from the black. Step
five, separate the white from the black.
Separate the rich from the poor.
Step six, separate the rich from the poor.
And then equality to separate them more. Step seven, fabricate a problem, made a lie. Step eight.
Step seven, fabricate a problem and make a lie. Step eight.
Put it on the news every night. Step nine.
Put it on the news every night. Step eight. So the coronavirus created a problem, created a lie, put it on the news every night.
When people start to fight and divide, take control. This is called.
So when people under pressure start to fight and divide, then you take control.
Situational design.
They can stop us. So that's how they do it, folks. And the Illuminati have, the people who control the world have got enough money. They're not interested in money. They've got all their Porsches, they've got all their houses, they've got all their apartments, they've got all their billions in shares, they've got huge incomes. They're not, money doesn't impress them, money doesn't turn them on anymore. But power and control and making us all wear face masks and laughing at us, not allowing us to go out and locking us in our homes. That was like a big power trip that the elite did on the world. And it's just disgusting that they got away with it. The whole world is brainwashed, and it's sad that people don't hear this song, and it's sad that many people could hear this song and not really understand what the song is saying. The whole Christian church is brainwashed. Jesus taught that narrow is the gate and difficult is the way that leads to life, and few find it. But broad is the way that leads to destruction. I found in my Christian life and my study and my writing of books and producing of books that narrow really is the gate. The gate is the 50 commands of Jesus and the 54 parables of Jesus. The gate that Jesus taught is the teachings of Jesus, and very few find it, and very few want to travel in that gate because it's difficult to obey Jesus. And I asked the Father 6 months ago, why don't people investigate what the 50 commands of Jesus are and what the 54 parables are? Why don't they research and find out what it means so they can walk in Jesus' teaching? And the Father said they don't want to find out what he taught because then they'd have to do it, and they don't want to do it. So they just stick their head in the sand and play religion. That's a really sad indictment. The Father told me that last year there was only 10 pastors in America who taught the narrow way, the narrow gate, who sat down and taught their congregations what Jesus actually taught. So the whole world, the whole Christian church is brainwashed and following religion and not following the path or the narrow gate. So I hope that was interesting for you. I hope that I did justice to his lyrics. I'm sure if he cut his lyrics up like that and gave like a couple of minutes description of what he meant with each of his lyrics, he'd do a far superior job than me. But I just want to introduce some of my listeners to Tom MacDonald, and I'd encourage you to go and listen to Facts, the YouTube song that Ben Shapiro and he did. I hope that many of you come to download Tom MacDonald songs and start to tune into the truth. God bless you. If you like this video, please like it. If you've got any comments for me, I read all my comments and I'll comment to every comment that's commented. If this is the first video you've seen by me, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'm a bit out there. God bless you and keep you.